living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again.
Hi everyone, I'm Nini Chong and I am the founder of Her Rise Story. So welcome to the second week of Her Rise Story virtual talk show, Mothers Rising Above Adversity. So I've made an announcement earlier that my co-host Zu Angelica will not be joining us today, but we have a special guest host for tonight. And his name is Yandaro Al-Amin, and I'll let him introduce himself to you. So bring him up.
Hi guys.
Hi, Amin.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. I just got a call from you like about 2 hours ago, and then suddenly I'm here.
Yay!
It's like yay, right? Excited to be here. So what am I doing here, Nini?
Let's talk about you first. Let's talk about
Okay.
you. So Amin
Yep.
is my LinkedIn coach, right?
Oh,
I've
cool.
known him for years.
Yep.
I think I've known him since year 2004. Year
Wow.
2004. No, year 2005. Year 2005 to now,
Oh wow.
right?
I think I was so much more thinner then, right?
I tak ingat lah. I was so much plumpier then. I know that.
Maybe. It's been a while, man. It's a long time ago. Happy belated Mother's Day, by the way. Okay, so just a quick introduction about me.
Yeah, what have you been up to as well? Yeah.
So in the last few years, so I know Nini for quite some time. So I've been doing a lot of training and development work for the last, I think, about 16 years. But lately, what I do, I kind of like pivoted myself to focus a lot more on working with my team at Popcorn. So I'm one of the founders for Popcorn. So what we do in Popcorn is very simple. Just to give clarity what Popcorn is. Popcorn is not the popcorn that we eat at the cinema, right? This Popcorn is the POPCON without the R. So it stands for popular content. So we started Popcorn, I think, about 3 years ago. And so what do we do in Popcorn is that we help people to pop online. So we help individuals and brands that basically have good content and also good stuff to basically position themselves online. And we do that especially through the LinkedIn platform. We are one of the country partners for LinkedIn. So we basically sell to the corporate and also to organizations and company, specifically on LinkedIn talent solution products. So that's what we do. So I'm an advocate for LinkedIn. I work with Nini, and basically we kind of like support each other to help us to help Nini to basically boost her profile up. That's what I do. Yeah.
Yay. So thank you for saying yes tonight. I mean, even on a short notice, right? Super short notice, bukan lagi on a short notice, right?
Exactly right.
So
I was told it's going to be a chill session. That's why I agreed to it. If it's not a chill session, I'll say no.
And kalau with Nini mesti chill, right?
Exactly right.
Kalau with Nini, kalau dengan Nini mesti chill.
Yeah.
So I just a little brief what Her Rise Story virtual talk show Mothers Rising Above Adversity is about, right?
Yeah.
So this is collaboration with Marketing in Asia, and Marketing in Asia, or in short MIA, just announced their 100. So I have Zoo to announce this all the time. 100 most inspirational LinkedIn icons in Malaysia you should follow in 2020. That's a mouthful, kan?
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
all the women in this show, whether they are mothers or not, were listed in that list that has just been announced by MIA.
That is so
And
cool, right?
if that is so cool.
Yeah.
And another cool thing about it is I didn't, I tak terfikir pun that I'll be in the list, because when we started, I rasa 100 people je in my network. I tak tahu, I tak pandai tekan pun LinkedIn tu. You ingat tak, Amin? We did that
I
in
know.
Mamak shop, right?
Yeah, we
And
kind
then
of
I
like talk
didn't
about
do-
LinkedIn and Mama. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't do anything about it until February. So I actually sat down with Amin and started coaching properly with him.
Yep.
And with just that one coaching, I started doing, and he'll touch base with me and what to do and all that. So February, March, April. In 2 months, I got listed in that list. And how cool is
Congratulations.
that? Yeah, but thanks to you, I mean, so if you would like to pop your LinkedIn profile, look for Amin, guys. So
look for popcorn, guys. It's not just Amin. Yeah, it's
look for popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so later we will, if you have, bear in mind, if you have any programs going on, we will put up the links and all that at the end of the show. That is what I didn't prep you. But tonight we have a special guest lah. We have a doctor in the house tonight.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And
she's awesome, because I had a quick chat with her just now. And I get her. She's a mother of 3, right? And that's what I was
all
told.
boys.
All boys. I mean, a mother who's also a doctor somehow, having to manage 3 boys is not easy. Because I remember my mom having to manage 4 boys, right? So it takes like a super woman to be able to do that. That's what I feel.
Cool, right? So let's bring this superwoman up.
Exactly. Let's bring her up.
Let her talk about herself, right?
Yeah.
So hi, Dr. Sangeeta.
Hello, hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We
Awesome.
are good.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good, right? Things are good. Raya is next week, so I'm excited. I do not know about you guys.
I am at ground zero for Hari Raya prep. Didn't do anything yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very special Raya, I think.
Dr. Sangeeta, how have the MCO or CMCO, whatever that we want to call it, right, been treating you so far?
Okay, the first 2 weeks was like, you need to manage so many things because, now work, family, everything in one. So how do I can, break it out and all that. So it was quite challenging the first 2 weeks. Then after that, I have a structure that I follow and just continue and improvise every time. See what works, what doesn't work, Yeah. So it's not bad. Not that bad for me because I look at things differently. Yeah.
Awesome. All
I think,
right.
Sangeeta, maybe for the benefit of the audience, maybe you want to do like a quick introduction about what is it that you do, right? A little bit of background about yourself. Would you like to do that?
Yeah. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, let's talk about you.
Okay. All right. So maybe some of you might have seen my video. So I always start my video like this, yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Sangeeta from Emerging Journey Asia, your mental health advocate. So that's my typical. So any one of you there, if you've seen my video, so that's me. All right. So I'm a licensed counselor. And I do counseling and I run a company called Emerging Journey Asia. All right. So Emerging Journey Asia is a talent development company where we focus on psychometric assessment, aptitude tests. We also look at mental health, leadership, and so many different training that we are focusing in. So we are also registered with HRDF, with Ministry of Finance, and few other ministry to provide our service. So yeah, simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, so can you hear me, Dr. Sangeeta? Your screen just froze a little bit there, but it's fine. Okay,
Okay.
so you were talking about your video just now. So what is the video about?
Okay, so my video has always been about mental health, all right? And I've been advocating mental health for what, 9, 10 years already. And last year I've organized Malaysia's first mental health experiential conference. It is a 3-day
Cool.
event. Yes. Because you've been going in and out, talking about mental health, go to organization, tell the employer, tell the head of department that mental health is important, just like your physical health. If you have challenges, how are you going to focus in your work? But because it's not visible, it's not seen,
Okay.
She just
challenge last year in June, I organized a 3 days Malaysia's first mental health experiential conference. So we have all 3 days, we have licensed mental health practitioner on board in case participant need to know more, or if during the session there's any triggers. So we have experts on the floor. So we have our then Minister of Health to because it's a collaboration with Ministry of Health, yeah. So we have our Dr. Zulkifli, Minister of Health, to officiate the conference. Then we have our Deputy Minister Human Resource, and then we have our Minister of Youth, and also we have NIOSH Chairman Tan Sri Lilam Tai. They are there to let people know, that it is important, and organization, employers should put effort in addressing mental health. So it's
Definitely.
unfortunately,
Hi, Doctor. Okay.
So
from time to
yeah.
time, just to let you know, just from time to time, your screen and your voice will actually freeze. So when you say,
Okay.
Dr. Sangeeta, it just means that
Okay.
a cue that maybe the few seconds before that we didn't hear you, okay?
Yeah.
But other than
Okay,
it's
so
fine.
till when you dengar my suara?
It's okay. It's okay. Just keep on going. It's fine.
All right, okay. So
Yeah.
it's about advocating people, is to create awareness. And I always tell to my participants, to people, that I use this COVID-19 virus as the metaphor. That, okay, you can you see the COVID-19 virus? No. Can you see what's running in your brain or in your mind? No.
Nope.
But do COVID-19 have symptoms? Yes.
Yes.
You have cough, you have flu, you have fever. And do mental health have symptoms?
Yep.
Just
I'm assuming yes. Yes.
yeah.
Dr. Sangeeta?
Okay. Yes. So then, do COVID-19, there's treatment to it? Ada kan? Mental health pun ada treatment. Alright? And if you don't look out for treatment, if you don't seek medical attention, or you have, there's a lot of things running inside of you, kan? In COVID-19, people die, yes. In mental health also, there's suicidal cases. So it's the same. Doesn't mean it's not there. It does not exist. So what I've been advocating also, go and see. Don't wait till the last minute where you need psychiatric treatment, or you need to take medication, or, worst case scenario, you just end your life. Go through a journey to recover, because once you address that, you feel the transition. It's so much better because you manage yourself better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious to know about the conference that you conducted prior to this, because you actually said that it's actually an experiential conference. And
Yes.
I think that sounds really cool. So that sounds like a bit different compared to the normal conference that people usually do, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I always come up with creative stuff because,
Mhm.
the normal conference can be, it's not something that I like to do. So
Mhm.
we have focus group, then we have personality, then we have counseling session. So it's all over, and they will be breaking up into groups, and the
Mhm.
mental health practitioner and expert will go to, each of them will be in one group. So they're going to share, they understand. It's, you need to experience it, because if you don't
Mhm.
experience it, it will still be a stigma and taboo, saying that, if you go and see a mental health practitioner, you're going to go gila, or you're going to go crazy, or mental, and so many things. So
Yeah.
we want to make the word mental norm, so
Mhm.
that everyone can talk about it. It's easy. You can
Dr. Sangeeta.
stigmatize.
So the word mental health is kind of like a stigma thing in Malaysia, is that it? That's what you're saying?
In Asia, yeah. If you look at it
Yeah.
in Asia, yeah.
Not just in Malaysia, in
Yes.
Asia it's a stigma thing. Wow.
Yes, in Asia, yeah.
Yeah. Why
So
why do
there's
you
so
think
many.
that why do you think that's happening?
I think, again, okay, my perception, my own understanding, yeah, it's because of we have not been trained,
Mm-hmm.
all right, and we don't know that these challenges exist, because most of the time when there's something wrong, people will tend to go to bomo, will tend to go to the priest or the ulama, or you know to this, and get help or get assistance. But
Mm-hmm.
then it's too late, because then you need to take medication, or worst case scenario, people will kill themselves. So it's good to address this earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
always tell people,
Hi, Dr.
you know
Sangeeta.
yeah.
You always tell people?
Oh,
Just now
okay.
you just kind of, yeah, you always tell people, yeah.
No. Okay, I always tell people, do not use religion. For example,
Okay.
right? If you come to me, and you start sharing your issues and your problem, imagine if I say, oh, according to Islam, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indirect messages is, I am showing you my power,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that you are not a good Muslim. It's not that you don't know anything. You do exactly like what it's supposed to do. But there are certain things where it needs to go beyond. So do not
Mm-hmm.
use religion to impose certain things, but
Mm-hmm.
use religion to guide in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, hey, why don't we do this together? How can we look things differently? Rather
Hi, Dr.
this.
Hi, Dr. Sangeeta.
So
Why can
yeah.
we do this differently?
Yeah, you kind
So
of stop there again. Yeah.
okay. So how we do this differently is by doing things together, right? When people come and share about their issue, most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
they are comfortable with you, or they trust you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And for them, just being, without explaining, try to fix the problem, it's good enough,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And by just being, and you start to listen, you will understand the perspective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you assist the individual. Some of them, they are ready, some of them, they are not ready to seek help.
Mm-hmm.
So be there. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, doctor, okay. So, like so I'm gonna say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I've been on therapy. I think 7 years, maybe. No, I think more than that. In 2012, I started.
Okay.
2012 till now. Okay, so that's
Mm-hmm.
about 8 years lah, kan?
Mm-hmm.
So why I went for therapy is because that as a business person and as a community leader, I don't really feel comfortable talking about what is happening in my life to people. So then I also think about that I'm the kind of person who likes solution,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think so sharing my thing will be sharing to someone lah, siapa-siapa, or just girl talk with someone kan, there will be a solution, right? Maybe I can express my feeling, that's it lah kan. So that is the reason why I go for therapy, to understand, because I'm a trainer and I'm a coach, right? So I understand that concept lah, other that I need to understand analogy and all that.
Yes.
So so ever since, right, on and off, I've been going. So if I rasa that I'm just too heavy already, like that, so I'll just go lah, kan. So then I guess probably that could be a good concept for people to understand. And I don't know how, this will lead to this question lah, that kalau people know that if they were to girl talk or they were to membawang about their problem, I pun macam tu, you tahu husband I pun, you tahu wife I pun, that kind of thing, it ends nowhere, right? And all you did, and that could actually spread, and all you got is a membawang session. But if you go to see a therapist, like going to see a doctor, kan? Why do you think that? I want to understand this, because I've been advocating and I've been being open about it, that I go and see therapists because I need it to keep sane. I needed to keep sane, to juggle everything in my life, to go on and be in momentum and be purposeful in my life. Because if I'm just so stuck with my emotion and what's in my mind, I couldn't perform in life, right?
Yeah.
So I understand that. So, but how is it that we can advocate together and play a role that people would understand that concept? That kalau you're so bogged down with your emotional heaviness or mental heaviness, then you will not get to perform lah in life, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Correct.
How challenging for us to make people understand that.
I think if you look at it, right, people feel, okay, there's few categories of individual people, right? One, they really don't know there's such thing as mental health. Okay? For them, it might not exist because they are so used about physical, where they don't believe into mental health.
Where they don't, Dr.
Share.
Sangeeta, where they don't believe into mental health. That was where you ended.
Okay, so the first group is they don't believe in mental health per se. All right, it doesn't exist. Okay, the second group of people is they have the issues, they know about mental health, but they feel that if they go out and seek for assistance or help, make them a lesser person. It shows weakness instead of strength. So they don't want to portray to people, I go out and I have these signals, because there's this stigma. All right. There's another one that the ego is too high that they cannot come down. Okay. And if you look at this, most of the time, men, okay, I'm just saying generally, men normally don't really share.
So men don't really care.
Yeah, men has been taught not to show emotion, not to express, because it'll make them not macho. They are the breadwinner. They need to hunt. So they cannot show expression. They need to be physically strong. Whereby women, all emotional and can go on, and then they can relate from one topic to another topic to another topic,
Yeah.
So that's why globally people view women are more into mental health because they share and they have all these emotions, and men not too much, right? And for example, right, if you are in the group of people, all guys, and then you go and tell to your friend, hey, you know what, I think I got some mental challenges, I cannot cope, I cannot sleep and all that. How would your friend view you? So again, it's all through your internal process, how you perceive the reaction.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Could it also be possible that people
it?
don't know? Yeah.
Sorry?
Could it be?
Yes.
Yeah. Could it also be
Could it?
possible that they don't know that they are actually having mental health? So let's just take like one step back and say like
Boleh.
okay, what are the most basic symptoms? Okay, like the minor symptoms that basically say that, you know what, dude, you need to go and seek some help. Because for me,
Okay.
I look at mental health as, okay, you know what, people doing like extreme crazy stuff, right? But is there like a mild symptom that basically will that I can use as a reference and say, you know what, dude, you need to go, or I need to go for help? What would that be then?
Okay, we use the safest, I mean the easiest way where I can explain is stress. Okay,
Okay.
so if you look
Okay.
at it, most of the time people say I'm so stressed, I feel stressed and all that, but actually we need stress to keep us motivated and keep us going. Okay,
Mhm.
right now if you have a project and the timeline, because it motivates to do
The
things.
time. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, you
Okay,
stop
so
at when you have projects.
okay, so
When you
when
have
you have
projects.
project, you have limited timeline. Okay,
Yeah.
so in that timeline, you need to complete the project. So you will get stressed because you will have like less hour of sleep. You need to be on the move all the time, start thinking, processing, and all that. So that short period of stress is good because it keeps you moving. But now, after that project completed, but your stress did not go, it did not subside, so it prolonged. All right, so that is where you need to seek uh, if you can manage it yourself by going through some mindfulness activity, by doing something for you to be to settle down a little bit, then it's good. But
Mhm.
it prolonged to sleepless nights.
Hi,
So
Dr. Sangeeta.
So you stop at
yeah.
sleepless night.
Okay, so some of the symptoms can be like you have sleepless nights,
Mm-hmm.
or which is prolonged, yeah. Because right now,
Mhm.
if you look at COVID, there are a lot of individual, especially entrepreneurs, who cannot who unable to sleep well.
Mhm.
All right, so this is some sort of the symptoms. Or you feel that you are a social individual, but suddenly you isolate yourself. You don't want to go out, meet your friends, you don't want to mingle around, you don't want to mix. That's another symptom. Okay, or you have fear. Suddenly you feel like, what's going to happen next, what we're going to do. So that also contribute to your mental health. So there's a lot of things, and we cannot say that, okay, each symptom, no, each mental health issues have their specific symptom. We can't say that.
Okay. So
Okay.
is there like a guide in terms of when can I actually ask for help? How do I know that I need help? Because
Okay,
it seems
so
like
everyone is different, right? Okay, like
yeah.
Nini, she understand that she need to seek help, so she go and
Mhm.
ask, and go into therapy. So it varies from individual, which I can also link to personality, because different personality looks at it differently.
Mhm.
Okay, so when you feel that you are unable to move on, you feel that you unable to cope, it's good to seek help. Because your coping and my coping can be different.
Yeah.
My resilience can be it's so much better than my from yours, so we are different. But when you feel that it's too heavy, you cannot move on, you feel stuck,
Mhm.
time for you to seek help.
Hi.
And there's a lot
Okay.
of help out there. Yeah, there's a lot of help out there. Mm-hmm.
So that's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, and
How do you yeah.
just to add that when you talk about mental health, doesn't mean immediately you need to take medicine, you go into psychiatric treatment. It's not like that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I've done therapy for 8 years, right? I've not taken one medicine for my mental.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So guide me to this process, because I've never been to a therapy session before, right?
Okay. Okay.
I have this belief that a therapy session is me sitting down on a chair on a couch,
And then
and
you just lie
then
down.
I just lie down, and then after that I just tell all my grandfather story. This is the thing that I'm going through right now. Blah 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 blah. And then, is that what the
Okay.
process is, or
Okay.
how does the real situation look like?
Okay. So the first session will be 1.5 hours,
Hi, doctor.
right? So when
You
we talk
and
about
you with the first session will be.
your historical background, right?
Mhm,
That's
mhm,
where we're going to ask about your family, any medication that you take, your school life, your friends, your support system. We will go through that whole assessment with
mhm,
the counselor or a therapist, yeah.
mhm,
And then we just go through your presenting problem. So you need to understand, most of the time when people talk about their presenting problem, it's not their core problem.
mhm, mhm.
All
Yeah.
right. And there's many different type of therapy out there. You have CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. Then you have person-centered. You have reality therapy. You have existential therapy. And now there's different therapy out there. So the therapist or the counselor or the psychologist will understand from where you're coming, and then we're going to have that
Hi,
correct.
doctor. You end with where you're coming from. Is it right?
Yeah. So okay. So there are individuals who feels that they cannot express themselves. So that's where we do play therapy, art therapy,
Mm,
sand therapy.
mm,
Yeah, there's many ways to it. You know. So there's no one right way. You cannot say that,
mm,
okay, for this session you need to have this thing. This the only therapy that you can do. No. So how you treat yourself, right, when you are sick, kan? You have your flu medicine. For running nose will be different. For blocked nose will be different.
mhm,
So
mhm,
you are taking different medication. It's the same way as
mhm,
therapy. There are certain stage, maybe it's no longer person centered. You need to do existential or reality therapy. So the guide and in the session is a journey, and it's the power is always all power. We will
The
guide.
power is always.
We don't
Dr.
give
Sangeeta,
you.
you ended at the
The power
power
is
is
always
always.
with the client.
Oh, understand. Okay.
I see. I see.
Yeah, because it's their journey, it's their issues, and they have all the power to correct that
Mhm.
or to move on. Okay, if in the therapy you see the expert start imposing a lot of the therapist's value, then it's not a good therapy or a counselor or a psychologist. It's not.
Mhm,
Okay. And I always tell
mhm,
people in their session, we cannot be like a superhero to save everybody, because the
mhm,
moment you put all your effort to save that person, the agenda is not on the client. The agenda is the therapist's agenda.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Understand. Dr.
She's
Sangeeta,
there.
you ended at it's the therapist's agenda. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
So
um,
if a therapist start imposing their values, so the agenda is not the client to be better. The agenda, the therapist might have some issues that they need to work on.
yeah.
So even
So
therapists have issues.
Oh,
They are human, right?
definitely. I tell you, we are all
therapy,
human. We have our
right?
issues.
So how does therapists go for a therapy session? I would like to know that as well, because you're going through all of
Yes,
this
yes,
stuff, right? Do you guys have your
yes,
own
yes.
therapy session as well? Yeah.
Okay, so what? Okay, for example, like myself, I get a lot, right? So I have a
Uh-huh.
group of my peer.
Mhm,
Okay, So there's two things we do. One is we will review each other's work. All right. See how best can we move forward. Okay. But the confidentiality of the client remains.
Okay.
34, married, and presenting problem. So that's how we address. We don't give names. We don't give a lot of information. Yeah. So no one knows. Secondly, our therapy is sometimes we can talk nonsense, just to freak out. We'll laugh, just to wind down and release, because it's very important. You are dealing with negative emotions, and there are therapies. When the client says something, they might have gone through the same issue, so there will be possibility of them bringing out. So we need to clear all that. So in the therapy, we make sure there's no transference, there's no counter transference happen during the session.
So I want to ask this. Okay, you wanted to ask. Ask
No,
first.
it's okay. You go first because you're the host. So I like to ask a lot of questions. So I'm just gonna let you step back. This is Nini's show, not mine. Okay, so let's go with it. Right, Nini, your question first.
But I must. Okay, it's okay. So then I want to ask you this. So I befriended. No, I have friends who are therapists, right? So quite a number of them. So I couldn't see them lah kan, because they are friends, especially if we have long time history, right? But
Yes.
they do talk about that being a therapist and being a mom at the same time. If you have your own family, it's kind of crazy, because it's like macam mana, if like my kerja is something that is non-life related, it's something like a doctor lah, because it's non-life related, it's fine, right? But if my anak suddenly, mommy, can you play drawing with me? Mommy, can you come to my concert? Okay, on your way to the concert, and then suddenly you receive a phone call, and then someone want to commit suicide, right?
Wow.
So these are the kind of challenges that I hear from my therapist friends. And being a mom, that is a huge challenge. That is like your torn, right? So kalau aku pergi this concert, nanti orang ni betul-betul mati, then how, right? But kalau I tak pergi the concert, my anak will feel bad. I'm a mom. So it's like crazy level of dilemma. So or maybe, okay, so that is what I hear, but I would like to personally ask you, what kind of challenges have you gone through, not mentioning any names, right, as a counselor so far?
Okay, so I don't get I mean I do get people who wants to commit suicide and all that. So normally those who are have the ideation to commit suicide, we have an agreement between the client and myself, right? Because in the agreement, it's what it will state that okay, who will be your support? Who will you call in case you have this?
Dr. Sangeeta, you say you ended with who will you call?
Yeah, when you have this suicide ideation, who will you call first? So you need to come up with your support system. It can be anyone, doesn't need to be your family member, it can be anyone. And then maybe some telecounseling group that you can call first, or maybe you can call the authority, and my name will be the last. Why? Yes. Unless you need to check, okay, I call my support system tak dapat, I call this one tak dapat, that one ridiculous lah kan. So, but there's so many help out there that you can go to get first, right? So this is what we do when we have client who wants to commit suicide. So the challenges for me, I have three kids, okay? So I don't really prefer to do counseling.
I don't really prefer to
do counseling for kids when my kids were younger. kan?
Okay.
So when I have a client who wants me to do counseling for the kids, like some play therapy and all that, I don't really prefer because I don't want it to have a counter transference. So I know my limits. So when somebody wants a therapist for their child, I will refer it to my friends. So that's my only challenges when we talk about, you know, counseling for kids, because I have, so during that stage and all that, so I will refer to my friends who are practitioner, and they are doing good job. Yeah. Yeah.
What is the most challenging or difficult situation that you have personally experienced throughout your career as a counselor or as a mental health specialist?
Sorry, I lost you.
Yeah. So what is the most challenging experience that you have personally have to go through? Uh, um, would you like to share on that? Yeah.
Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot, but
Yeah.
it's always it. You see, the challenges always come from myself, from my mind, because I have my expectation. I have, my own limit. I always test myself to do it, and I always like to do things fast because I feel that we need to keep on moving and we need to keep on doing stuff, right? So these are my challenges, because sometimes during the early stage of my counseling and all that, I want my client to feel better. I want my client to recover fast. But so that's one of my own challenges, because
Dr.
I'm
Sangeeta,
not
that
here
is
to
one of my challenges. You ended.
yes, kan? Because I want them to feel better, or maybe it's because of when they are better equals to I am good in my therapy. Equals to I am competent, equals to so many things, right? So that is why during the early stage of my counseling journey, I have this. And I think it's normal for most new counselors to go through that because they want to help. But then the reflection and dive deeper, it brings a different perspective, because when I look at it, it's my own shortcoming that I need to improve.
I
That
see.
means I need to sort out myself. Why would I? Doesn't mean if they are good, they recover fast, I'm using the right way, or make me feel and work within myself. Then I know that give it time, because you are there, you are doing the right. So most of that I'm too harsh to myself, but I'm lenient to others.
We do that all the time, right? I
Yes,
think
yes,
everyone does that, right? We just like to be harsh on ourselves, and then after that, we just like to do that. Even though as a counselor or even as a coach, I do that too
yes.
sometimes.
Yeah, and that's good, and it goes back to the power. If you are lenient and you say yes, all the time, and you do stuff, you are giving your power to another individual to control you.
I
So
would like
that
to,
is why, yes.
I would like to dig deeper into this. I sense, I get it that you're very passionate about what you're doing. That's the one thing that I like about you. And as you're talking about this, I sense that. So I'm just going to take a step back, and I just want to ask, when you first started doing this, how long has it been? Sangeeta, are you still there?
I mean,
Yeah.
can you please
So how long?
repeat?
Yeah. How long has it been since you first started doing this work?
2010.
2010. So that's been it's
10
been
years.
like, yeah, it's been 10 years, right?
Yeah, 10
What?
years.
Yeah, because we want to get to know we want to get to know you. I want to see
Okay.
what drives you, what is the one thing that gets you going, right? How do you start it in the first place? How do you get involved in this? Right.
Okay. So I completed my master's in counseling in Help University. All right.
Ah,
So
similar.
Dr. Go.
Dr. Go.
yes,
Yeah. My, my,
he
my
is the
second
person.
degree my second degree is in
Uh-huh.
psychology itself. So I was among the first batch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the reason why I joined Masters in Counseling.
Okay. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah, and you can
But he's
ask
no
most
more
of my
there, right?
classmates.
It's no longer there, right? Yeah. It's been a while.
Young kids, they are very small.
Mhm.
Then, so like in 2010, 2007,
Mhm.
yeah. So 2007, I delivered my second child. So by the time I start my course somewhere in
Mhm.
September, October, kan? Then pregnant again.
Okay.
So my third child actually went through the journey of counseling with me.
Oh wow. Oh
Yes.
wow.
So then, yeah, I tell you, he can really count him all of you, include. Okay. So because he learned a lot of things while he's still in the tummy. So okay, that's another
Mhm.
story lah. Okay. So why I started is because of I want to know about kids, the psychology and everything. So that's why I joined Masters in Counseling.
Okay.
Hi,
I
Dr.
feel that
Sangeeta. You ended that is why I joined Masters in Counseling.
yes. So when I have my three kids already, I feel that I don't want to do children because I have kids. I don't counter transference and I'm new,
Mhm.
right? But I love observing people. I like to look at their body language. I like to look at how they talk, what they are saying. All these non-verbal cues, and coming and get all their presenting problem is like a puzzle.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
everyone is different. So my curiosity makes me feel and want to learn more about people. You know,
Mm.
yeah. So that is why I really like what I'm doing. Okay, and sometimes by looking at them, by just listening to them, I can, maybe it's a gift, I don't know, I can just capture, and when we go deeper, then they say yes, this is what I'm going through, and
Mhm.
most of the session,
Hi, Dr. Sangeeta. You ended at most of the session.
yeah, it's like that with
Mhm.
with client. Hmm. So
Mhm.
the initial stage of wanting to do child psychology or counseling, it didn't materialize.
Mhm.
Okay.
But it helps. It helps me individually, all right, for me to grow, and also during my session. Okay, another thing I would like to share is that we all play different roles, especially for mothers, right? We have especially for women, we have the mother role, we have the in-law, daughter-in-law, being a daughter, being a sister, being a wife. We hold many roles,
Mhm.
and even fathers, men hold many roles, but it's not as intense. Okay, for example, if a child misbehave, the first thing, mak kau tak ajar, your
Mak kau tak ajar
You
yo.
stop at mak kau tak ajar. Tak boleh. Okay, that's good.
tengok,
Okay.
mak aku dah cakap dah. So
Yeah.
it's always about what it's always about the women have to get through all this stigma, all this negative thing out there, and and sometimes they will lose identity.
Mhm.
So if I ask a woman, okay, because it's a Mother's Day, I'm going to talk about women, yeah, mothers, yeah.
Of course. Of
Who
course.
are you? They will tell, oh, I'm a mother of three kids, and then they say about I work here, my husband is this, and that. They don't really go deeper of themselves. Okay, only a minority of individual able to do that, but most of the time, when you ask, it's not about who they actually are. It's about roles that they play and what mask they wear.
So you stop
Understand.
at what?
So
So you
Like
stop at
what
what mask
mask
you
they
wear?
wear. Mhm.
yeah. So when a woman understand from where they are coming from, inside rather than outside, they will shine better.
Mhm.
They will self-love. You should always love yourself. You should always accept your flaws. No matter how good, how bad, how positive, how negative, you need to accept because that's you. And how can you make yourself better? Transition. Don't stay in the same environment, right? And and then start blaming. Because when you're not happy within, you start to point finger outside.
Then there's resentment, right?
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Then it develops, develop until you can't take it. Definitely you will burst like a volcano erupt.
Mhm.
So is that a common
So
symptom where people just keep it to themselves in Malaysia, or uh, Sangeeta yeah, is that a common symptom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Common symptom untuk apa?
where
Sorry?
people just keep it to themselves and then they just wait until they have to erupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary,
That's
isn't
why
it?
you need, memang, that's why you need to work through yourself.
Mm.
And most of the time, yeah, for example, you have a role model or an idol that you really like, and you say that I want to be that individual. But you need to understand that individual, what are their resources? What is their personality? How much effort they did put? And you, what's your personality? What resources you have? What effort you put. So if you keep on looking at people at a very high and you want to reach that without working through and inside of you, forever you feel that alamak susahnya. So you dapat apa? The gap is there. So you feel
so you feel
alamak I cakap banyak dah. Okay. So it's like which part did I stop tadi?
the gap ke
Okay,
atas
so
sana,
when
and
there's
so you feel
yes. Okay, so because you can't reach to your idol and there's a gap, that's where you feel that I'm not good enough, I can't perform, you're not helping me, to achieve. The kids are so noisy, they don't make me fulfill my dreams, my career, so it start blaming, you know. So you need to understand everyone will have a mentor, everyone will have idol that they like, that they really want to look up to, right? And to reach that, you need to understand yourself because there's so many factors to it.
Yep,
definitely, right?
definitely.
And
Ask all my
Um,
friends how you want to look at it. Oh, I look at myself as Oprah, but I understand for me to reach her position, I need to put a lot of effort. I need to do a lot of things. So I'm aware and I'm working through that.
okay.
If there's mistakes, there's things that I need to improve, I improve within by reaching out. It so this is how I look at it. So we need to understand where are we coming from. We need to go down deep within to understand that. And it's not an easy journey because it's roller coaster. You can cry, you can scream, you can go through so many. And I'm glad I have those skills because I apply it within.
Okay. I want to ask you one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Expectation. So even coaches and trainers also,
Mm-hmm.
like I say, why I started therapy in the first place is because of that. Because people expect you to be a certain way. So being a therapist, right?
Hello,
Is that a
Nini?
challenge? Hi. Okay. Hi, Dr. Sangeeta. Okay. So I'm gonna
Coach.
just so people expect you to be a certain way, right? So
Mm-hmm.
is that a challenge for you, that being, or is it in the way? Okay, a challenge memang lah kan, but is it in the way for you to perform in your daily life with your family or at work that people expect you to be a certain way as a therapist,
Okay.
as a woman and as a therapist? Yeah.
Okay. So, like for me, there are certain expectations that people say, oh, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that. But like for me, I always look at it as, okay, all right, thank you. So my son, he's like, coming in and checking on me. All right. So, for example, if I'm in a group of friends, right, and sometimes they need certain things from me. So for me, I'm
Are you still there?
um, um, do you want me to come from the friendship point of view, or do you want me to come from the therapist point of view? So I give the power to them.
And also
Okay.
permission, right? Okay.
Yes. You know why? Because all this I learned through hard way. Yeah. Because last time, remember I mentioned that in when you communicate, sometimes you will say something that you really feel that this will help you to be better. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you should do, and all that. So I learned the hard way that, okay, with friends, I always ask permission. What role or what hat you want me to play? Okay, then they say, maybe I want you as a therapist first, not as a friend. So I listen as a therapist because I got the skill to break it down and wear different hats in one session. All right.
Yep.
So when it comes to family, if I'm using like I'm here talking to you guys at this hour, I will tell them I have session today.
Dr. Sangeeta, you and I have session today.
Yeah, so I inform my kids, I inform my family, I will be here, don't come and disturb, So they understand from where I'm coming from. And for example, if I'm on call, because I'm on Talian Kase, so I'm on call, so I tell them, there are times where mommy will need to talk on the phone for quite some time, quite long, so our family time will be limited. So from young, they have been coached, right, to understand this cue.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's how I do it.
How
I'm curious.
challenging is your
Yeah, go ahead.
how
Sorry?
challenging is your interaction with your children in making them understand that this is work for you, this is work for you, and your work evolves around saving people's life in a very
Sorry, I lost
unique
you
way.
there. I lost you there.
So how do you make your children understand that your work is about saving people's lives and in a very unique way, right? So how, because if they are like 5 6 years old and you want to explain to them that if mommy don't attend to them right now, and they'll die, like they'll commit suicide or things
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
yeah? So
yeah.
how.
Okay. So for example, like when I'm in session, like I do video and all that, I show it to them. When I do my research, I share with them and get their perspective, because now they are teenage, right? I have 12, 13, and 15. So they understand from where I'm coming from. And they will share at times, being all boys, sometimes they keep it to themselves, right? So there are times where they will tell me their challenges. So feel that I don't want to listen to your story right now, mommy, then I'm okay with this,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because nothing personal is so important. The moment you take things personally, that's where you have all the issues. Imagine if my child say, like I'm sharing, and I say, you log in and then you listen and all that. And if they say that I don't want to listen, it's so boring, you talk the same thing over and over again. If I take it personally, right, I will feel hurt, because I will have all this belief or perception, you're not supporting me, you don't understand. And so I say, okay, fine. If you don't want it, it's fine. And the same thing, I display the same thing to my kids. You want to have your playtime, you have your playtime. You study. You need to do house chores, you do house chores. So that's how we have been. I've been in at home. This is the dynamic.
Hi, Dr. Sangeeta. You ended at this is the dynamic.
Yeah.
This is the dynamic, and it's been since very young. When they are younger, it's so difficult because they tend to forget and then they repeat and repeat and repeat. But non-stop, I will keep on doing the same thing. So when I go to their room, I knock, ask permission. Can I come in? And then they do the same thing when they come to my room. They knock. And if they feel that, Mommy, I don't feel like sharing, I'm fine with it. If you don't want to share, when you are ready, then you share.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's always test and retest because today this thing might work, tomorrow might not. Okay, and also take into they are going into transition. Puberty, and then seeking of identity. When you talk about 13, 14, 15 and all that, they want to have that sense of independence. So knowing and different development, by understanding them, you understand your child. I might not be correct all the time, not perfect, but I am learning. And when I do mistake, I always say, sorry, can you just teach me? I always tell them, can you please educate me or teach me what is it actually you're saying or things? Because only then I able to understand from where they're coming from. So while talking to them, there are certain part, if they like, they don't feel like doing housework and all that, when they're supposed to, then they will get scolding lah kan. But other things, we have a conversation. I ask them for their opinion. Sometimes, in the office, I have certain issues right now, like with the COVID, you have to stay about, we have trainers, we cannot do face-to-face training and all that. So I will ask my kids for their opinion and their advice, because by asking, I get a different perspective, because kids, they are very young.
Yeah. Hi, Dr. Sangeeta. You ended at they are very young.
Yes. So when they are young and with this age, they learn, they know a lot of things. It's not like during our age. It's not like during my age, when the parents say, sit, you sit. When the parents say, you eat. But here they question you back. So when I ask my kids what worked best, how you think I should approve and all that, so we have that conversation. But bear in mind, I'm still their mother. And, you are not my friend. I'm not your friend. But we can have an open discussion. Most parents do this mistake by saying, oh, my child is my friend, we can talk about anything and all that. No, you are making a relationship go into confusion. As a parent, you need to understand you are a parent, and when you talk to your spouse, it's adult to adult. When you talk to a child, it's adult to a child. But and I see a lot of family dynamic. Daddy.
Hi, Dr. Sangeeta. It's you ended at family dynamic.
Yeah, if you look at there's a certain structure in the family where the wife call the husband daddy, or the husband call the wife mommy. You got what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need to have a clear boundary. It's either you call your spouse name or you call them with a special loving name, right? But when it comes to child, then you say, your mom don't want to do this. What you say is not right. It's not that you call your husband, daddy, dah makan ke belum? Mommy, do you want to do this? No. You don't parent your spouse, because indirectly, subconsciously, then you will treat your spouse like a child.
Oh, okay, cool. Dr. Sangeeta, just to let you know,
Yes.
right? Just so that I am
Oh,
letting you know that we have overtime, but it's fine if I know that the audience are okay, but I am just wanting to let you know that we have past time, right?
okay.
Than what I have, what
Okay.
we have agreed lah, kan, just to honor that. But yeah, if you are okay to continue, it'll be okay with me. Okay with you, Amin?
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
curious to know more.
awesome. Okay.
Actually,
Okay. No,
Mhm.
yeah,
I will just
because
ask you
something
more
that
questions
I
and then we'll
really
wrap
like
up.
boleh. Just
Mhm.
tanya and just let me know when you want to end it. I'm totally fine with it. Yeah, I already informed
Yeah.
the three
yeah.
heroes out there that I'll be in here. Yeah.
I'm curious to know about
Yeah.
your. I'm actually right now. I'm stalking your LinkedIn. I'm going through your LinkedIn profile right now, and I
Oh,
saw this one post where you shave your head about a few years back.
yeah,
Was that you?
2016.
Yeah. What happened there?
Yep. Oh, okay. So you see, I'm a person who likes to see my limits. I challenge myself, and
Uh
then I feel like, okay, maybe
Mhm.
I just want to shave, and then I just make the decision.
huh.
Then I inform my spouse. I told my husband that, okay, I'm gonna shave, and then one afternoon, I just walk in into the saloon, and then she just shaved. I don't
Yeah.
feel any attachment to my hair. I don't feel anything. I feel nice.
Mhm.
I feel, wow, dah ringan, my kepala. I know I don't need to like blow dry or wash and all that stuff. But the sense of, even though I give my hair, it's still me. It doesn't change who I am.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So it's just a thing that I like to test sometimes, for to see where and to see that am I ready to face if one day I might lose my hair. I don't know, right? So it's always
Yeah.
challenging myself.
And I noticed that you're very active in LinkedIn. Very very active.
Okay.
Yeah, which is very interesting. You were saying something about you came up with videos and all that. So have you been
Yes, yes.
promoting yourself heavily in LinkedIn? Or how have you been using LinkedIn for the past few years?
Okay. Okay. I was not that active because for me, I'm not like a social media person. I'm
Mm-hmm.
more of face to face, get to know each other, and then build relationship. That's me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and most of my posts, normally I don't post about my family. I don't post about my stuff, my private stuff. It's all about work, work, work. All right.
Mhm. Mhm.
And my post normally on Facebook.
Mm.
All right. So 2 years ago or 1 year plus, so I start going to LinkedIn just to understand more, just to, post what I you know I whatever I feel I just post je. I don't
Mm.
pre-plan. I don't pre-plan because I do meditation in the morning. All right. And when I wake up, the first thing is thank you.
First thing is
Hi,
thank
Dr.
you.
Sangeeta. Okay, the first thing,
Yes.
yeah.
After
So when I wake
first
up,
thing is thank you. Yeah.
yeah, it's like thanks, kan, because you are still alive. You are able to do things and face challenges and abundance and all that. So that's the first thing that I do. So
Mm.
and then throughout the day, because I have been working internally for many years to to be better, to really work from the inside out. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start working from the inside out, you see a lot of things. You see a lot, you get messages intuitively, you will receive a lot. It's not like someone tell you, like, oh, you can buat ni. No, no, no. You will know what to share, you will know what to do. So most of my posts are all intuitive posts. It's not something that I pre-plan. So when I know that this is the message of the day that I need to post, I'll post it. Even
Hi, Dr. Sangeeta. You broke at even.
okay. Okay. So all my posts, I didn't plan. It's all
Mm.
intuitive throughout the day, right? And even my video that I record, like for 2-3 minutes, is all intuitive. I know that this is a topic that I really need to talk about, then I'll talk about it. Then these are the things that I really need to touch, I'll touch about it. And then I'll just post it. I post via my connection, WhatsApp messages, then I post in Facebook and all that. So that's how I do things. Yeah.
I mean,
So, yeah.
so probably one more last question from you before
Yeah.
we kind of.
So I kind of like to summarize this. Basically, you were just being authentic and basically just shared stuff, and that's where
Yeah.
I think that could be one of the reasons why you got seen, and people start noticing you in LinkedIn. Could that be possible because you're just being intuitive about it?
Can be.
Can we? Yeah. Okay.
Can
So
be. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if I keep on asking questions, we're not gonna finish this, Nini. I think you better start.
Okay, so I'm gonna just wrap this up with asking you this question, right? So what will be your tips to women or men, right, out there, if they are, they are thinking, do I need a therapy session or do I not, right? Or am I, because well, based on my experience, therapy session is an ongoing thing because we
Yes.
need maintenance, right?
Yes.
Always we need maintenance. So I don't know that, when I shared just now, I mean, like, oh, interesting, right? I mean, said,
Yeah.
so probably I don't look like that kind of person who go for therapy session, but I do, right? And I've gone to all. I've done, EMDR, hypnotherapy. I think most I've gone through, right? Just to, because it affects whatever that I'm feeling inside. It affects how I perform in life, and that is important for me. So, but what would be your advice? Dia cicak bunyi, dia cakap betul.
You dengar cicak saya?
Nah, folklore, right? They say kalau cicak bunyi artinya betul,
Yes.
right?
Betul tu.
So then, what would be your tip? Because I really encourage this. I really encourage that if you feel that it's a stigma, but think about you, think about your work, think about your business, think about your family. You know what kind of person that you could be if you go through that healing process or growth process, or just understanding where you are at that point of time process, right? So
Yeah.
what would your tip be?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Yes. Apa dia? What is the tip for people to go and seek help?
Yeah.
Okay.
To encourage more people to go.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, okay, I just want to I'm going to use another metaphor lah, yeah. Okay. For you to be healthy, kan? For you to be healthy, you need to exercise. Okay? For example, you go for a blood test, suddenly you tengok your sugar naik, your cholesterol naik, everything naik. So
Yeah, I
that
know
is
it's going.
a tip for you to go and exercise, to control your meal and all that. So for yourself, when you feel that it's overwhelming, even though you can manage, even though you able to function, you able to wake up, the duration of you going into your shell, it's more and longer, it's time for you to seek help. And it doesn't need to be, like the extreme. Sometimes you just need that one to talk with somebody. When I talk about seeking help, it can be your close friend or your support system or anyone that you feel comfortable sharing, So that's important for your mental health. It's not always go and seek out an expert, unless you feel that's a need to, or the case is quite serious. But just talk to someone, that you feel comfortable, you feel that you need that support, do that first, because you have a clearer mind. And we are
Okay.
social beings. We cannot do everything ourselves. We need to let go. That's important.
Cool. All right. So before we say bye-bye to you, I would love, if you are okay with it, to answer one last question from the audience, which is, do you recommend sharing about your flaws on LinkedIn?
Do you okay? My answer might be different from the rest, yeah? Okay. So for me, I will share what I feel comfortable. And when I share, there's always the moral of the story after that. What have I learned from this? Like I mentioned just now, like what Amin was saying, I shave my hair. Yeah, I shave because I want to feel how is it for not having hair. Will I be attached to my hair? Will it make me a lesser person? All this negative self-talk will be playing in my mind. But what's the moral of the story? What have I learned that I can share with people? That's more important. For me, I feel it that way. So, in another way, you need to be comfortable enough to share. If you're not ready, don't share. Only if you have, then you share. But if you have not worked those issues out, don't share it because it will bring more harm. So when it bring more harm, you will start playing again, and then that's it. You will go through down of
No,
the
I
roller
like that.
coaster.
I really like the point. There must be a message that's being sent out. This is very, and you in a way you really need to work it out so that it becomes a lesson.
Yes,
That's
yes,
awesome, right?
Right,
Yeah.
lesson.
And sharing your learning, sharing what
yeah,
did you, yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Because
awesome.
some people, they can take that and they improvise. They can become better. Some individual feels that, oh, this, it doesn't relate to me. It's okay. It's all right.
Mm.
You got it?
Cool.
Okay,
Cool.
understand. Right, it has been like a super awesome session. I
Yeah.
liked it because I like the topic. I've always been into mental health, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we should meet again. So
Yeah,
we say this at every show. I think that we all should meet. After the MCO in flash,
yeah.
yeah, and chill out together. So I think that's good, and it has been lovely, and congratulations again for
Thank you
being
so much.
listed as the 100 most inspirational LinkedIn icons in Malaysia. You should follow in 2020. Zoo, you
Awesome.
will be so proud of me. I get it right. All right, so thank you very much. I'll say bye bye to you for now,
Bye,
Bye.
Sangeeta.
Thank
and
you,
we
Bye-bye.
everyone.
shall
Take care.
see you again.
Yeah, it
Thank
was an
you
Bye.
honor. Thank
and
you so
good.
much.
Thank you and good night. Bye bye.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
That was an awesome session. I mean,
Yeah. I learned a lot. Today. Not easy to be a mom and also at the same time you have to
Quite
manage
long, huh?
all this stuff.
right?
Yeah. I think she's awesome.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
Right?
Yeah, I can still hear her though.
Yeah, I can still hear her. Hang on, yeah. Let me
Yeah.
see. Is she somewhere? No, I closed her. Okay, so I mean, thanks again for being part of the show tonight. Yay!
Anytime. Right? You need any help from the popcorn people, you just let us know.
Yay!
It could be Nina, it could be myself. Yeah.
That is so awesome, right? So,
Yeah.
how did you feel being in the show tonight?
I'm good. I'm okay. I like the conversation.
What is your experience?
For me personally, I learned a lot about mental health. I never look at it as something that, for me, I always overlook at it, and it's just something that it's not going to happen to me kind of thing. But I think seriously, whenever we feel that we are stuck, I think the first priority is to acknowledge that we need to seek for help. I think that's one of the lessons that basically came up for me for this. Because usually, whenever I'm stressed and all that, and we go to the extreme, usually what we do, we just keep it to ourselves, right? Right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
good lesson. Good lesson.
Yeah,
Good.
so I just would like to share with people that so my name is Nini Chong.
Yeah.
I've been on therapy for lama dah,
You know, I did
so
not.
on and
I didn't
off.
even know that. I think that's so cool that you
Yeah,
come out. Yeah.
yeah. So I talk about it in many as I speak in conferences or events, kan. So I do encourage that. So one of the founding member of Mompreneur Asia is a clinical psychologist, right?
Wow.
So that is one thing that we have been promoting in Mompreneur Asia, and I think it is important. And I see how I have grown emotionally and mentally as a human being, just being able to, it's like macam ni tau. I have so many things that I want to do in life, but bila you rasa you're berat kan, like that, you don't get to go 100%,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I can't remember where, that I get the idea that, I need to do this. Probably during our Asia Works time, for
Yeah.
the audience, right? Amin and I are both, so where we met and became friends were in
It was a
personal
leadership program.
development. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
There
a
was a long time
program,
ago.
a personal development program. We went through a journey together. Not together lah kan, but we
No.
are
No. No.
graduates, or we are graduate of that personal development place, right?
Yep.
And yeah, so I think from there that I've always understood that I need to, because I really at that time I thought that I'm all that, when I walked into the training, until I walked into the training that, oh, macam ni rupanya working on myself, like that. So it's kind of cool. Actually, my son Isaac also, I've sent a few times for hypnotherapy, because he had trauma after a robber tried to come into the house. So I had problem traveling at that time, because he would call me 2-3 a.m. in the morning just to make sure whether I'm okay or not.
Yep.
So he had to go through like hypnotherapy a few times just to ease that away so that he can sleep at night.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and
So I
she also kind of opened up my eyes into like the different type of therapy that can go to. I met up with this one guy by the name of Simon Faulkner. He's from Australia a few years back, and he uses drums as a way to do therapy, right? So
cool.
yeah, this is cool stuff. I'm learning something.
Stuff. And
Yeah.
it put things, so for people who are very solution based like me, right? I like it. So I
Yep.
would normally tell my therapist that, I'm visual, so I need to understand it, concept way, where they will draw something and I would understand lah kan better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is how it works, like
Yeah.
that. Oh, so I can put my emotion on visual lah, macam tu, or what's going on in my mind. So that's really awesome. So that was a wonderful talk just now that we had. I
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
that the audience learned so much from it and be
Yep.
encouraged, especially at this time now, at this time of crisis. It's so easy for us to put aside our feelings, or maybe, or just to how would I negatively indulging in our feelings kan, without doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So there are many places. So you can reach Dr. Sangeeta at Sangeeta Kaur on LinkedIn, right? So I will be posting her LinkedIn profile on the comment area, so you can get hold of her. And we have We Care Allied Center at Taman Tun Dr. Ismail. My good friend Farah Putri Negara and also Shazima Shah are two clinical psychologists there. They do children and they do adults as well, right? And many, I have that Dr. oh my God, I forgot her name, but it's okay. I will post the links at the comment
It will
area later.
it will be on the link later, right? All of this.
Yeah,
I
it
think
will be on the
it
link
should.
later. Yeah. So, I mean, is there anything that you would like to say before we go? What Popcorn is up to, and what are you doing right now that people could attend? Anything like that?
Okay, a quick one. We are actually right now because for us we are promoting LinkedIn a lot, right? Uh, I'm just gonna uh, I'm just gonna share a link on the comment later, and this
Mm-hmm.
link is basically it's a free assessment for you to check out if either your profile is awesome or not, right? So what we
Mm-hmm.
do with this assessment is that we roll it out. People can just click on the link later, and you
Mm-hmm.
can just answer some questions, and then we will give you the results. And then
Mm-hmm.
after you've gotten the results, we will actually also be offering you a free group session, right? Where we
Mm-hmm.
will
Mm-hmm.
be giving you feedback for free, where you can actually get access information on how to improve your profile. Because
I
one of
did that assessment.
yeah, so it's good to know,
It's really good.
and it's also good for you to come to the session and also for you to find out what needs to be improved, right?
I mean,
I saw
what's
your
your
yeah I saw it
FB page?
yeah I'm gonna share it in
Not what
the
pop I not put on the screen.
okay let me, what do you need? Popcorn
Your
Academy.
FB page punya Popcorn, Popcorn
Okay,
Academy.
Popcorn, we help your brand pop online. That's what
Oh,
it is.
okay. The FB page punya nama, username.
Yeah, Popcorn,
Popcorn
POPCON.
sah.
Popcorn
Ah,
dash we help your brand online. Can I just put it on the
okay.
public?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, how come I cannot
We
comment?
help you. I'm not sure.
Oh, I can.
We
Oh, I
help,
can't
yeah.
type. I can only type at the host chat. Let me just type at the host chat, okay?
Okay, so I can put
Okay.
it.
That's the name of the site. Okay, I'm gonna also be giving you the link. Uh,
Alamak, I tak boleh Popcorn. We help, tak apa, tak apa. I can put that. We help your brand pop online. We help your brand pop online.
yeah, and
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the link to the assessment as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Online. When you
So check it
submit.
out, guys. It's free of charge. There's no harm. Fill up the questionnaires, and then after that, you'll get the results. And then, if you want to improve your profile, come for a 1 hour session with us, and then just schedule it with us. We'll give you feedback. We are very direct. We're very open about the feedback, and we'll also be giving you tips on how to improve your profile. So far, we've run I think about 4 sessions on this.
Mm-hmm.
The feedback has been like up, right? A lot of people don't know that a lot of features within. The thing about LinkedIn, okay, one thing that I don't like about it is because it's part of Microsoft, and Microsoft can be like also not so
Mm-hmm.
user friendly. Because I'm very much a Mac user. But the thing is, once you know all the buttons and all that, there's so many things you can do with it, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Kan? So that's awesome. So I will be copying the link and putting it on the comment area later. So
yeah,
just a little shout out also
mhm,
for myself from Ministry of Marketing Asia is that so many people do not understand what social impact initiative marketing is about, right?
yep,
So I am right now giving out a free 30 minutes coaching so that you would understand it better and you could apply it to your business. So what social impact initiative coaching, so social impact initiative marketing is about is like Petronas. Petronas, people know them as oil and gas company and people think that they are polluting the world, but what they are doing, they are always connected to the community. So they
mhm,
understand what the community is about. They know what would touch your heart. So that's why you will always get so absorbed in their advertisement, and they care. Through
yep,
that kind of communication, they show that they care. And at this time of crisis, people do not want to buy from you just so that you can profit and grow your business. People want to buy from you because you are also about the community. So I actually have, we already have the link online right now, and I'm just going to put it up. And it's also on the comment area. And today, the brother company to Ministry of Marketing Asia, which is Chatbot Malaysia, have launched a giveaway, right? So for
Nice.
you to have an FAQ bot right now, so we understand that for you to pay our normal price, it's too steep right now, kan? Especially during this economic crisis. And so normally we sell our 10 question FAQ bot at 2,000 ringgit, but we are giving it at a super steal right now, which is 270 ringgit only. So that is about what, a little over 10%, guys. So
Yeah.
all you need to do is click on the link on the comment area. And if you are starting your business, you got to work on your business. So answering WhatsApp. So we have a WhatsApp chatbot right now. So that is what we are offering. You do not want to answer WhatsApp all the time. You want to focus on, making
Automation.
your
That's what
product
it is.
automation. Yeah, you get your product right. Getting to know what your processes are, but not answering questions. So you need to have a customer service. But if customer service person is too expensive for you, it's like 2,000 ringgit a month. So how are you going to pay that? So this is like 200 ringgit. 70 ringgit, guys. So take a look. So this is us doing our part of social impact initiative for the community at this time of crisis. So Amin, we have
Awesome.
come to the end of the show.
Yes, we have.
And yeah, so it has been so lovely having you. Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much.
inviting. Thank you for inviting. All right.
Yeah, thank you again for
Yeah.
saying yes to
Anytime, Nini.
us.
Let us know.
All
If
right.
the schedule permits, I'll come in. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Amin.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains.